At the end of every year, everyone always seems to be talking about their New Year's resolutions, whether it be to get in better shape, whether it be to get a promotion at your job. Everyone is always focused on their resolution of wanting to do something to kind of improve themselves, to better themselves in the coming year. But to me, New Year's resolutions have always been more detrimental than they are motivational or helpful. Stick around and we'll talk about why. Just a heads up, this video is sponsored by the amazing Skillshare. Stick around to the end of the video so you can figure out how to get a free trial of Skillshare for yourself. So this one's gonna be pretty brief, but it was something that I was thinking about because on New Year's Eve, I posted a photo of me and Steph in my community tab, and kind of as the caption to it, I asked everyone what their New Year's resolutions were. And after I posted it, I kind of regretted it. Because for me, New Year's resolutions have always been something that's kind of a double-edged sword, and it's always been more detrimental than helpful. Because the thing is, we set these goals for ourselves, you know, whether it's fitness, whether it's in our job, no matter what it is, we set this thing that we're gonna reach for in front of us. And maybe some people can just have a New Year's resolution and they'll just hammer at it and grind at it. And if they don't kind of hit whatever they were going for, they're okay with it. That's unfortunately not how I work. See, for me, if I set a goal for myself and I kind of make this promise to myself at the end of the year that I'm gonna do this and it doesn't happen, I kind of fall apart from it because I feel like I failed myself. You know, we set these end of year goals to succeed at something, to, you know, get better at something, to improve ourselves. But the thing about it is we're trying to do something to motivate ourselves and to help ourselves. But at the same time, so many of us are our own worst enemies. So if we don't hit that, if something gets in the way of us achieving that, then, you know, you immediately kind of feel like a failure and it breaks you down. And like I said, not everyone's like that, but that's how I am, and I know a lot of people are the same. You know, we are not kind to ourselves. We hold ourselves up to such high standards that if we can't reach whatever goals that we're trying to go for, it kind of just shatters everything. And I don't want to make it seem like setting goals or, you know, having something that you're like working towards is a bad thing, because it's not. But for people like me, it ends up becoming kind of more toxic than it is helpful, because like I said, if you don't reach it, then everything kind of crumbles. So I think it's very important that we kind of just set our intentions for our year, especially if you're someone with any kind of mental illness where, you know, any little thing that goes wrong kind of sends you in a spiral. And I'm referring to myself with that. You know, I do believe it's very important for us to stay driven and to stay motivated and to work hard for these goals and the things we want to accomplish. But the biggest thing that I want to carry into 2022 for me, and I would hope you guys would do the same, is we have to be kinder to ourselves. We have to kind of give ourselves room to fail and not hold ourselves up to such standards of perfection, because you never know what's going to get in your way. You never know what's going to happen in life to kind of completely derail all of your plans. And when the uncontrollable happens and gets in the way, we can't let it break us down. You know, that's kind of the overall point and why I wanted to put out this video before my other content that's coming out, because I want to set that intention for myself for 2022. You know, I'm not making any crazy resolutions. I'm not setting some sort of impossible to reach goal or something that can get derailed, but I just want to set the intention to be kinder and gentler to myself. This isn't just about New Year's resolutions. It's the main thing that kind of got me thinking about it, but it's really with anything, because I've talked about it in other videos. I'm the world's worst about kind of beating myself down and holding me to these standards. And I saw a lot of people in the comments say, you know, they've commented that they're the same, and a lot of the stuff that I speak about, they feel as well. So this is kind of a video for all of you guys, for everyone who beats themselves down and holds themselves to kind of this impossible standard of perfection moving forward in life and going into 2022. If there's any sort of resolution or intention I would say to set for yourself, it's just to be kinder, be gentler, be more patient with yourselves. You know, I'm the type of person that I can give other people advice, and I give like really good advice. I'll even read it back, stuff that I've wrote to people, and I'm like, man, that's actually really good advice. But can I take it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I know you guys know how that is. And I really want to kind of change that going into 2022. I don't want to be as cruel to myself. I don't want to talk down to myself as much. You know, I'm the worst at downplaying any sort of ability that I have, whether it be videography, music, anything like that. On New Year's Eve, we went over to a friend's house, and I had showed someone a video that I shot for Steph, and they actually do photography and videography, and I was immediately just downplaying myself. I was like, no, I don't think it's that good. You know, I could be better. And they were like, well, if you think that way, you're already setting yourself up for failure, and you're never going to get anywhere with any craft if you're just constantly talking down to yourself. And people have told me that more than that. I've been told that so many times, but something about that, like something about hearing it that night kind of, I don't know, it just rung very true. You know, I've been doing a lot of soul searching and just trying to grow as a person and kind of stripping layers down. So it's one of those things to where people have told me it before, but I don't think I was in a space to actually hear it. You know, it was just kind of like white noise, went in one ear, out the other. But I heard that, and moving through 2022, I just want to be more gentle with myself. And, you know, it's not about being cocky or being full of yourself. It's just about actually believing in yourself and believing that you are good enough and you do have the talent or the abilities or whatever it is that you talk down to yourself about. So I just want to go into 2022 and just trying to be much easier with myself and kinder, because the thing is, you can help everyone else. And yes, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel happy that you're able to help someone else. But if you're not helping yourself in the meantime, eventually it's gonna run dry. You can't pour from an empty cup. So yeah, heading into this year, I want to be kinder to myself. And if you guys have any intentions that you're setting, not resolutions, you know, just something you want to work towards, just little steps to kind of better yourself or to get further in whatever you're doing, leave them in the comments. I want to hear. But please remember that if you don't reach the goals that you've set for yourself this year, it doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't mean that you're not good enough. You know, things happen. We're just people. We're not superheroes. So please don't beat yourself up. So whether it's because of New Year's resolutions or just other goals you've set for yourself, please remember to be kind to yourself. And if you don't hit those goals, it's okay. Sometimes progress just takes a little bit more time than we want, but if we keep working at it, it'll always come. But it's so important to just be good to yourself. Don't be that unkind to yourself, and give yourself credit, because hey, this life is tough. You've made it to 2022, so that automatically makes you a badass. And on the topic of, you know, setting goals and learning something new for 2022, I want to throw it to the sponsor of today's video, which is probably the best thing you could ever use for trying to learn something new or maybe expanding an already existing craft that you're interested in. And the sponsor for today's video is the absolutely always amazing Skillshare. Skillshare has been an absolute game changer for me. I used to always kind of Google like different classes and different things I wanted to learn, but I could never find exactly what I was looking for until I found Skillshare. As far as improving just my skills with videography, my skills with Adobe Premiere, how I do lighting, I have learned so much from Skillshare. But some of my favorite classes, or really all of my favorite classes, are by Jordy. This dude has helped me improve in so many ways with everything that I just talked about, with lighting, with videography, with how to frame shots. You know, I've been helping Steph shoot a lot of stuff and really doing my best to kind of flex my videography and cinematography skills that I don't really get to use here. And his videos have been an absolute life changer. If you're looking into filmmaking or shooting content or making music videos, anything with a DSLR, man, DSLR filmmaking from beginner to pro by Jordy is probably one of the best classes I've ever taken, and one that I can't recommend enough to other people.
Welcome to the DSLR filmmaking course, and I'm very excited that you're here. My name is Jordi, I'm a filmmaker from Belgium, and we mostly make commercials, promotional films, and event films. I'm going to take you on an amazing journey of professional DSLR videography. In the first chapter, we'll cover the basic settings of a DSLR camera. In chapter 2, we'll cover those techniques and have a look at how framing works and how to connect different shots together to add more dynamic to your films. As of chapter 3, some more advanced techniques will be handled, like the psychology behind camera movement. I will help you to decide whether you should film on a tripod or just handheld, and how to create good-looking handheld shots as well. But enough with this introduction now, let's dive into the course.
I think what makes Skillshare so great for me also is just the layout of the website, where everything is. I'm a person who kind of likes to bounce around, you know, I like to work on things that I'm already interested in, but I also love learning new things. And the thing about Skillshare is you log on and you see all these choices, and man, you can honestly learn anything you want. There's no ads on the videos, so you don't have to worry about ads or getting distracted by any sort of pop-up, anything like that. And everything's broken down into easy to follow chapters, so you can leave off, or maybe you want to go back to a video and, you know, retouch up on a certain part. All the chapters are right there. You can click on and get right back to what you're trying to learn. If you are any kind of content creator, I cannot recommend Skillshare to you enough. It will absolutely change your game more than you could ever realize, because I know you're gonna love it. The first 1,000 people to click the link in the description below will get a free 1-month trial of Skillshare. Also want to give a big shout out and thank you to Skillshare for being amazing and supporting me for all these years. You guys are absolutely awesome, and I know you guys watching are going to love Skillshare, so click the link in the description below. Get your free 1-month trial to Skillshare. You won't regret it. It'll change your game. And I want to give a huge thank you to just everyone who has followed me for so long and has stuck around for years and years, and has stuck around to the new channel change, you know, from the switch from kind of the old vlog style. You know, you guys still watching it, you know, it means the absolute world to me. The content that I'm putting out now feels like me, feels like what I want to do, and the fact that so many of you have kind of carried over and still support it means the absolute world. Can't thank you all enough. I love you all. You are absolutely amazing. So let me know what an intention you want to set for yourself is in the comments below, and please remember to be kind to yourself during this upcoming year. You know, don't beat yourself up too much. Be patient with yourself. Give yourself grace, because we can't become the people that we strive to be if all we're trying to do is tear ourselves down. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Morgan, and I will see you on the next one. Love you all. Later.